Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up all the Mystelics family for definitely tuning into another vibrations. They didn't have to, but you chose to, and that of which I'm very grateful. So hand clap goes out to every single one of you guys. And of course, the newcomers out there, big up on yourself for tuning in to see what's up on these vibrations. Of course, I'm about Mystelics and of course, reacting to a number of things pretty much pertaining to that of the Caribbean people. Dominica linking back, of course, to extending the international community right there. Big up on yourself one time for definitely part of this vibration. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notification for you to definitely get more vibrations and of course become a part of the Mystelics family. Click subscribe, click the bell, click all. And of course, you'll be notified when I upload my videos as well as become part of the Mystelics family. Right. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into vibrations. Of course, I must make this mention, brothers and sisters. Something very let me stop that. Something very interesting, brothers and sisters, that I saw right there. And of course, I have to share it with you guys. Society has become so fake. Remember what I said yesterday, brothers and sisters? That people are apparently turning the truth into a lie. The greatest book has stated this, brothers and sisters, turning the truth into a lie. Society has become so fake that the truth actually bothers people for some reason or the other. Whether they're affiliated to a political party or affiliated to a particular religion or something of that sort. The truth has become absolute. Not absolute, you know. It has become obsolete. Obsolete, brothers and sisters. Obsolete, I think that is the word right there. Removing the truth and turning the truth into a lie and believing the lie as the truth. And of course, with that understanding, some of us fail to realize that we are wasting time. I was posting this thing today about time and how important time is, brothers and sisters. 20 years, Dominica has wasted time. Some individuals still have absolutely, or most individuals have absolutely nothing to show at all because they have chosen to believe the lie. One of the things that I was mentioned, brothers and sisters, labor rights have serious hope. Hope, they have hope like you would never believe. The hope is, of course, 20 years hoping for betterment while they get worse. And they think because people give them houses, somehow, you know, that's a good thing. They give me a house, so that's what I'm doing, brothers and sisters. Sorry about that, brothers and sisters. My thing just tilted right there. But it's interesting when you look at this very same phrase that you're seeing right there. Society has become so fake that the truth bothers people. But we're talking about, oh, we the real ones and all kind of things. Sometimes when people claim that they are real ones, brothers and sisters, they are the ones who actually faking. You know that? Well, I'm the real one, I'm the realist, and you know, be mindful of people in that regard right there, especially government. Come and make up lies and tell you, hey, this is this and that is that. And they lie to your face, literally, blatantly lying to your face right there, brothers and sisters. Anyways, brothers and sisters, let's move along in that regard right there. Give the young man a chance. Remember when it was indicated to us to give the young man a chance. Give the young man a chance. This is why when people want to come and say, oh, this and that, or give the young people a chance to do this and that, we gave a young man a chance, and today this young man has caused irrevocable damage to the mental capacity of humans in the very island and to the economy right there. It's interesting when we look at what is taking place right now, brothers and sisters. He was talking all kind of BS about sports and education. I remember seeing that video right there, no doubt about it. All sorts of things about, oh, we're going to uplift sports and education. So for brothers and sisters, we still have the education of way back in the day when he was talking about education. The education system don't change. From since when Mr. was a young man to how he is now, brothers and sisters, the education system never changed. Sports, let's not even talk about sports, brothers and sisters. We have Olympic medalists that have never set foot when it comes down to training in Dominica. But we bringing them down Dominica to say, hey, because your parents from Dominica, you from Dominica, and so forth. So yes, get all that training overseas. This is one of the reasons why Donald Trump stated what he said. It doesn't make sense to train people in America and send them to compete with us. You get all that training in the United States. Very interesting time, brothers and sisters. But give the young man a chance, brothers and sisters. I always believe in mentorship. Not just saying, just like the situation in the United Workers' Party with BrBpTV. BrBpTV want to become the prime minister or the leader of the United Workers' Party. That to me is insane. That to me is very insane. Let the young man come up and see how they work out and see if that is a right fit for him. Understanding who is what and so forth and what truly the party stands for. And then upon mentorship within the party, he can then elevate himself. and then see, okay, that's something I want to be a part of. I understand the principles of that party, and I definitely want to do things. It's interesting, brothers and sisters. Very interesting. By the way, guys, I'll be talking about that situation come Sunday. I know I promised that I'll be posting about the electoral reform business. I realize there's a number of clippings in that regard, and I realized something in depth, so I need to take my time with that one, not just do a quick video, quick reaction right there. So definitely look out for that Vibrations, no doubt about it, on BrBpTV coming Sunday. Hopefully God spare, right there. Kind of book. BS, brothers and sisters. Look at the monster you all created. A sociopath obsessed with power. When you take a poor man who is in ultimate poverty and put him in positions where he's seen money and becomes the treasurer himself, and then wants more money, greed takes over, and you have people in his ear speaking from wherever they're speaking. They themselves want the money to see if they can leech on that person, trying to leech onto greed. And Dominica is what it is today, brothers and sisters. But it's interesting as I listen to my own self speaking. I'm thinking of Professor Lumumba, when he made the statement that the people get what they truly deserve. The people get what they truly deserve. Does that mean the people are the same as who they are getting? I don't believe everybody, but I think the people who know better are not doing better. That's what I believe. Those who know better are not doing better. They are quiet. And they're saying, well, you know, I know better, you know what? This is the situation in Dominica. What can I do? You can go out and vote. It's interesting. Anyways, this young man, apparently they gave a chance. He did not believe the youth. He destroyed them. Brothers and sisters, if I lie, tell me I lie. Okay? The man literally destroyed the youth. When people in Mao go into the parlor and say, do something for the youth, and he telling them, I am not your God. God, that is something else. That is truly something else, brothers and sisters. But instead he give them rum and siwo. You know the youth like the rum and the siwo. Every time some situation come up, put a truck on the road, man. Remember? Buffet State, put a truck on the road. After 20 plus years, multitudes of lies. 20 plus years. I had this video, I had this post on my WhatsApp. And we were talking about, time, wasting time, brothers and sisters. 20 years have passed, and a lot of people have absolutely nothing at all to show. 20 years. 20 years. That is something else, brothers and sisters. After 20 years, multitudes of lies, dragging the country into utter irrevocable poverty. Thank God. If you see it wasn't for the fruits, brothers and sisters, that Dominica, God has blessed Dominica to have, fruits and vegetation, where people can go around, just go around, brothers and sisters. A lot of government land with a lot of fruits and trees on it, bearing fruit. You can go around. I saw a partner the other day go on an area that is government land and picking coconut for him to sell. Picking the coconut for him to sell, and when he thirsty, he can drink a coconut himself and eat the coconut. He might not have the ability for him to be able to do what? Buy his own food because of the mediocre money he's making, but he's still sustained by that of which Dominica has right there. Ultimate poverty. Thank God, at least Dominica sustains its people. That is the advantage of Dominica right there, and we don't seem to be taking advantage of it at all. Opportunities lost can never be regained. This man dragged the country into poverty, sold the country to China, sold our birthrights, and he still wants to stay in power. The only set of people that are allowing him to be there, brothers and sisters, is the very people themselves. I understand the people are bamboozled. Yes, no doubt about it. Sometimes they feel, what is the hope? What is the hope? What can I do? If I don't support him or show I support him, I will not get the benefits of the breadcrumbs that is given me. Brothers and sisters, sometimes you have to go down before you go up. You realize that? You have to go down before you go up. When I was on my own and I saved up some monies and I decided to do things on my own, I had to go down before I go up. Brothers, let me tell you something. It's scary to go down, Especially, you have no income coming in the merit of somebody paying you a 9 to 5. Sometimes, brothers and sisters, you have to go down before you go up. Dominicans apparently very scared on going down, not realizing that the further and the longer that they take, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the road, and you look back and say, what have I accomplished, brothers and sisters? Working like a donkey, braying in the streets, brothers and sisters, trying to see if you can make a little ends meet. In a very economy that has a lot of potential to even make all Dominicans filthy rich. All. That is the amount of resources Dominica has, brothers and sisters. And they're slowly but surely selling the birthright and selling out Dominica to the highest bidder. That is something. That is truly something else right there, brothers and sisters. Sold our birthright and he still wants to stay in power. Don't you all see you have a sick man on your hands? He might be sick, but are the people sicker? Huh? Are the people themselves also sick, brothers and sisters? Because in the land that we live in, brothers and sisters, I mean, come on. We have to wake up here. We have to wake up. Just like I indicated before, the people get what they truly deserve. Are the people themselves also sick? So sick sometimes that they are blinded by not even their own. Brothers and sisters, this is why slavery happened for so long, you know. This is why slavery happened for so long. It's interesting that I remember the words of Harriet Tubman in that movie, Harriet Tubman, where she indicated she freed hundreds of slaves. She freed hundreds of slaves and could have freed thousands more, not hundreds more, you know, brothers and sisters. Thousands more she could have freed. But if only they knew that they were slaves. Some people who see in higher authority don't realize they are slaves to the very system keeping their people down. It's very interesting. Very interesting, brothers and sisters. Let's talk about interesting. I remember what this lawyer stated right there. The government of Dominica unlawfully arrested at least 5 additional political prisoners today. I'm guessing that's when the individual wrote this message. This regime has no regard for the human and constitutional right to protest. The lawyer also indicated this very thing right there. Today, the government violated, the government and the police violated the basic human rights of your neighbor. Sometimes we believe, oh, we seen the neighbor house burning, or realizing our house about to burn. Oh, we don't want to out the neighbor house. We don't even looking to wet our house just in case the fire from the neighbor house reach our house. Tomorrow, brothers and sisters, you are next. And that will include you, the very labor rights themselves. It's very interesting when I look at the hospital. The hospital is a very clear example. Many people have died today because of the lack of resources in the hospital. The very lack of resources that would cater to the very labor rights and everybody else. If they actually had the proper resources. But instead, the monies are outside there. The money's outside there. Vado was in the hospital for 9 or 12 hours, whatever amount of hours she was there, supporting the government when the government came and tell them, I'm sure she was there, when the government stated to her that I can send my children overseas for better medical attention. What about you, the very people who voted for him to do things in the medical fraternity, to elevate the healthcare standing? He's asking them, what about them? And these very people he asked this question were clapping. Don't you think that humans are sick? You think humans can be very sick from time to time? Can you believe that this is happening in reality? This is not made up, brothers and sisters. This is reality, I tell you, Debbie. Reality, brothers and sisters, and they have decided to go after people. But it's very interesting. I saw this video of this girl right there. I think her name is Felicia Charles. And she has something very important to see right there.
We are not protesting properly. You understand? Because number one, not only is protesting not illegal, just so you know, this is the global legal rights of every citizen of every country. Just so you know, this is the global legal rights of every citizen of every country. Just so you know, this is the global legal rights of every citizen of every country.
One more time for the people at the back.
Just so you know, this is the global legal rights of every citizen of every country. So in case you are confused, it literally cannot be illegal because it was established to ensure that if the people have a problem, the people get results.
Yes. The people get results, the people are heard. The government don't want to hear what people have to say because they believe that the country is their mother own. They believe the country is their mother and father own, or their father, I don't know. But they believe the country is their mother own, brothers and sisters. And as a result of them, their mother, it seems like their mother grant them the will of the country. They don't want to care about what the people have to say. The true owners of the country, they don't care. Not at all. So they just feel like they can do whatever they want and don't listen to the people. This is why the people are out there protesting. Very interesting stuff, brothers and sisters. But keep in mind, protesting isn't a crime. It's not a crime. It is a constitutional right. So when people are arresting people for constitutional right, guys, you need to sue them. Let them arrest you, no problem. No problem, go ahead. But you have a constitutional right to protest, and as a result, these cases have been heard in Dominica before. Apparently, people don't seem to know. Where protesters have taken the government, have sued the government or take them to court, and these protesters won the case in Dominica. That happened. In Dominica, it has happened, brothers and sisters. Well, you don't know that? Okay. You see, when you're ignorant and you don't know these things, you just think, oh my goodness, I'm so scared. You have a right to protest. This is why I encourage all the individuals out there who got arrested, do us sue the government, because unless, just like I mentioned about the media, unless there's something that happens where they take the police to task for what the police did, it'll continue. It'll continue, brothers and sisters. And if enough people don't speak up and point it out, brothers and sisters, they would not feel it. And that is a problem in Dominica right there. But of course, we have none other than Mr. Danny Lugie, free Danny Lugie, a number of persons who were arrested yesterday. I actually mentioned that. Then you have Paula Celestine right there, free our sister right there. Very strong, I believe in her, and definitely a strong advocate for Dominica's freedom, brothers and sisters. Hélas, brothers and sisters. And of course, we have none other than Siri. Siri was also picked up, I think last night it was, or not too long. I think it was after I made the video right there, brothers and sisters. We actually created that shirt. Show the world. Yes, that was Siri's actual shirt right there, brothers and sisters. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff right there. So Siri was also picked up. Hopefully, everything works out to their favor and they don't just stay there and take it. A number of Dominicans just take blows from police. That's when police beat you. That's the best thing. That's the best thing that can happen to you. Eh? I know I said the crazy. That sounds crazy. That's the best thing that can happen to you. If police beats you, that is the best thing. Don't just take blows from police and got your mother home as if it's your father that beating you. No, especially when you know you're right. Gasa. Make the police do get no raise at all. Take them to court. And these brothers and sisters, I saw this very thing right there. So apparently you saw this free series was the latest one that was picked up. And of course, Dominica News Online has reported that Paula Celestine and a number of others that I pointed out right there, as the police continues to widen their arrest dragnet following the recent electoral reform protests. Electoral reform protests. You know that electoral reform is not creating free and fair. It's still not creating free and fair playing field right there. And as a result of this, you know, we are still back to square one. Back to square zero. With all these things that has happened. All these things, people, civil thing going up and down and meeting, so far and so forth. We are back to square one. Boy, that is truly something else right there. But the individuals were picked up. But not than Hector, of course, is always out on bail. Danny Lugie, we're waiting to hear what is happening with him. Paula Celestine, she's still thing. Samuel Durant, who is out on bail from my understanding. John Baptiste Charles, who is out on bail as well. Bernard Morrow was incarcerated, but the lawyers are looking to appeal. And Imran Joseph was another one. I think this one from Laplane. And of course, Siri Exposing is another one. I heard people say there was 7, there was 8. Some even say up to 10 people were taken. But so far, these are the individuals that I know. The people who are supposed to uphold proper justice and know that, you know, the people have a right to do certain things are being used. This is why I'll post this very photo yet again. And it reads, "Weak men become tools in the hands of politicians." Keep in mind, brothers and sisters, I know there's this saying about strong men create strong societies create good time. Good time create weak men create terrible times, brothers and sisters. thus creating very poor societies. And poor societies create what? Hard times, brothers and sisters. So it's interesting when you look at this sentiment right there. And it seems like Dominica has fallen under the weak men category. Weak men become tools in the hands of politicians, willing to trade their dignity and morale for crumbs of power and for little money. And I'm seeing the trend, you know. I'm seeing the trend. Scared was poor back in the day. Very poor. He saw money. He decided elevating. Probably the salaries that they give in the poor is not that strong. But when they get more, when they get a little something, you know, they decide, hey, okay, let me see if I can stay with it because this person is paying me a lot more money than I would have made. And as a result, trade themselves for insignificance, brothers and sisters. They throw away the morals that hold value and principles for some paper money. Boy, humans truly something else. Never realizing that they are the very pawns in a game that will discard them when the game is done. It will. It will. How long, brothers and sisters? Not long. But the question here is, how long is not long? That is one of the questions I always have to ask right there. It's very interesting when you listen to St. Lucia, what St. Lucia had to say on Dominica. And this person is saying, I wonder if the riots happening now in Dominica were planned in St. Lucia. I don't think they're talking about riots. I think they're talking about the government is doing Dominica. When I heard the clip, let's take a listen.
I'll tell you something. You see all what's happening in Dominica? That's well planned. And it was planned in St. Lucia. It was planned in St. Lucia to happen in Dominica. And I'll tell you more. For what they're doing to Dominica, we have a responsibility in St. Lucia to make sure we vote them out at the next election.
So what happens in Dominica will never happen. It seems like Dominica, from my understanding, is in cahoots with St. Lucia. So they might want to be careful right there when it comes into that situation. Because they know what the government is doing in Dominica. They know what the government is doing. They know. And they are ensuring that what has happened to Dominica does not happen to them. They don't want the government to ever do them what Dominica government has done its people who have a right, a constitutional right to protest. Very interesting, very, very interesting times. St. Lucia has noticed what is happening in Dominica. If everything was fine and dandy, don't you think they will talk like this? Do you think? Remember this the former St. Lucian government, Chasney. Some all the time is Chasney. So he's in pronouncing. But he indicated that he sent RSS in Dominica in 2015 or 2017, whichever one, and realized that what he did was a mistake that he made. Because the people have a right to protest. And it's only the soldiers, the military people, whoever, are only supposed to be used when things are destabilizing. People have a right to protest. And this is what the government of Dominica, St. Lucia, even knows what is happening. And we want to pretend as if we don't know what's going on. Well, keep pretending still. Just continue, keep pretending. That'll work out well for all you. And brothers and sisters, in the merit of this, I remember the video that I posted yesterday and the day before of a particular individual going about and just poking people's tires, bursting people's tires. Well, apparently, that situation has escalated to the point where an individual who was lucky enough for his tire not to be burst was also amongst these individuals right there. This individual indicated to me, just letting you know, I am not sure if the young man who was bursting people's tires is responsible, but there were 5 and more cars that had the tires burst outside of Fort Young on Sunday. Apparently, on one car had all 4 tires down. I hope they catch the culprit and give them life in prison. I don't think the person should get life in prison. I think there should be some public caning, blows in your back, let you feel something. Is mad you playing mad? You must know to stop. You must, Kasa. I don't care how mad you be. You must stop. Because I saw the person choke the thing, go in, know that the thing's still there, come back to take it. You cannot be that mad. Not there. You're not that mad. Well, apparently, so Fort Young decided to bring a garage or mechanics or individuals to come and take care of these people's tires. And I'm sure he's replacing the entire tire because apparently it was on the compound that actually happened. And, you know, they decided to come and see if they could organize that. So they brought individuals involved in mechanic of tire fixing, repairs, or whatever, or replacing the tires, and as a result, this happened right there. That's very interesting. That is, the police knows. No, brothers and sisters, this man was caught on camera multiple times doing this stuff. Multiple times. It's not a mistake. He was caught multiple times doing this. And up to now, the police cannot arrest him. Up to now. But the police know how to go after people who protesting peacefully. They know how to do this. They know how to prepare in St. Lucia to come and make war in Dominica. They know how to do these things. The man caught on camera. Just like I remember some years ago, I saw on camera, I even saw Carla pass in front. And there was a lady with a chain. And a guy walked up to the lady and ripped out her chain and went on camera. I think about 2 years passed, brothers and sisters. I remember the incident and asked one of the police officers in the group what has happened. They tell me up to now they don't catch the person yet. No, 2 years on camera. But the police know how to go after people though. They know how to be snapping people photo and so forth and so forth. Not true. They know how to do that. Okay. They know how to do it. Come on, brothers and sisters. They know how to go after people who have taken life. Boy, that is something else. In Soufriere, they know how to try to get bail. Oh, boy, that is something else. They know how to try to get bail for somebody they know who has committed murder in the South. They know, like they don't know. They know this squabble that was happening. They know the man was loved by everybody. The only person that hated the man, I mean, come on. There's motive. That's the very motive to deny bail. They're trying their best to see if they can get him out. People caught on camera up to now. Or you don't finding them. But you're going after protesters who have a constitutional right to protest. That's anyways, brothers and sisters. What are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. By the way, brothers and sisters, I have to do the whole video again because my screen was not recording. So this is the second time I'm doing this. I reached there finally again. So this video might be a bit late. But thanks so much, guys. If you guys reach the end of this video, I would appreciate that you click the thumbs up button. I'm done, bro. I do the whole thing over, bro. Yo. Sometimes these things tend to happen, bro. Sometimes these things tend to happen. But if I had to do this thing manually, bro. But we are made it, brothers and sisters. I appreciate you guys for definitely staying locked in this series vibe, reaction. Definitely give the thumbs up button, brothers and sisters. Share if you want to share this video. And of course, if you've not done so yet, subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they do definitely tend to come from. I sweat on that day. That's crazy. Brothers and sisters, but I had to do what I needed to do right there. Where there's a wheel, there's definitely a way. Interesting. I mentioned that yesterday. Where there's a wheel, there's a way. I had the wheel to do this again because I was like, yo, this thing did not record again, man. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box, brothers and sisters. And with that said right there, be real, salute the king always. Be positive.